Welcome to the BNI Knox podcast, helping members in the Knoxville, Tennessee region grow their business and make more money through the power of referrals. Now, here's your host, Andy Brassfield and Curtis Johnston.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of BNI Knox, BNI Knox podcasting. My name is Curtis Johnston. I'm your co-host, along with the wonderful Andy Brassfield.
Hey, he's talking about me
This time I'm talking about you. Big shout out to Darren Cooper at Front Porch Media, who's put this podcast together. If you like the way this looks, give Darren a call. He can do the same thing for you. And Mike Fuller Real Estate is letting us use their conference room. So thank you, Robert, for setting that up for us. I am excited about today's topic.
Yeah. Flashback to your military days?
That's exactly correct. Very good.
Yeah, so how about you get on the ground and give me a few?
A few sweats?
Push-ups.
Oh, yes.
Or they didn't, I'm sorry, they didn't do that in the Air Force,
Are you seriously talking about that right now? I think what you're trying to say is thank you for my service, and you're welcome.
Well, in the Army, we did push-ups. Yes, thank
I can't
you
have
for
this
your
conversation
service.
right now. Anyway,
Drill Sergeant.
it has become apparent to me, if I can be serious for a moment, that the BNI meeting, the format, the education, BNI as a whole, to me, is basic training. I view it as basic training for business, and it trains you to go out and be a better salesperson, business partner, business owner, etc. The way that I view that is how you operate within the meeting, how you operate with us, is an indication of how you operate your business. So if you're showing up late to a meeting, if you're not passing referrals or you're not following up on the referrals I give you or any of that stuff, it's just an indication of how you obviously, in my mind, operate your business. Am I off the mark on that, or do you think that's right?
No, I think it's exactly right. So what are some things that we can do in our BNI meeting that will show our fellow members how we are performing for our customers, clients, and referrals?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And before trust is established between us and the other members of BNI, the only indication they have of how we operate is the meeting itself. So, what can we do within the meeting? In the meeting, show up early.
Early is on time. On time is late.
That's
and
right.
Late is unacceptable. I said that to my
Do you
teenage
have something
daughter.
to drink on the break or something, or what? You are wide open.
The water was really stout. So I said that to my teenage daughter one time, and she went to my wife and was quite confused. She said,
"Oh no,
Mom, Dad said I was late."
Oh no, that's not a good idea.
No, but the point is, show up early. Show up
Yes.
early to your BNI meeting.
Yes.
And this is the first impression that you're going to make with a lot of your contacts there, whether it's your members, visitors, whatever.
That's right.
When you show up early, then they feel that they can trust you to be on time with the referrals.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
When you show up late
To the meeting, you're probably showing up late to who I'm going to refer you to.
so I'm not so sure about you.
And then what kind of what kind of tools do you use in your business? What kind of tools do we use in BNI? Name tags, the business card, folder.
Yeah.
What else? Give me some other
It
examples.
shows you're being prepared, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And so what about if you have a position in the chapter?
Okay.
Networking education coordinator.
Right.
Visitor host.
Yes.
Okay. Vice president, president.
Okay.
And you show up prepared.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about it. When you are the network education coordinator and the president calls on you and you stand up acting surprised.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Well, it's been a really busy week, and I haven't had anything to.
I am the network education coordinator.
Yeah. Doesn't look good.
No.
You stand up and blow them away.
I'm prepared.
That's right.
Dude, I got this covered. I brought my materials. I've got handouts. I've got a video. Whatever it was, whatever your position is, show up prepared, and you're going to make a good impression on your fellow members and on the visitors. You know, we've got to emphasize the value of visitors in your chapter. even when visitors don't apply for membership or join your chapter, they offer value. There's two things there I want to add. One is what I said last time. Every visitor, on average, a visitor is worth $1,500 to your chapter.
That's right.
But here's one. A financial advisor member tracked his business. Where did my business come from for the year?
Okay, good idea.
Yeah. A third of his business came from outside of BNI. Well, that's reasonable. A third of his business came directly from BNI referrals.
Good size.
So the other third of his business came from visitors who did not join his chapter.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems to be a large number.
It is, but a third of his business, because he was able to make a good impression. He had a follow-up system.
Oh, okay.
He had a follow-up system. He followed up with them. Okay.
Yeah.
So this goes along the lines of your basic training, and how you do business. If you're looking at BNI as like some sort of an extracurricular activity separated from your business, I want to challenge that mindset. And I want to tell you, BNI is part of your business. In fact, BNI is your business marketing plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
So you're not taking time off of work to go to a BNI meeting.
Right.
BNI meeting is work.
It's part of it.
It is part of your work. Yes. And so come into it. Now, I shared with you, because you're so good with words, you use the word basic training. I shared it in a long format.
Yes. Give us the long
I like to
format.
think of BNI is a course in professional and personal development cleverly disguised as a business meeting. And no, I didn't make that up. It's not original to me. I've heard it in BNI for years.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, and I don't know about anybody else, but for me, that's been true. Let me tell you my personal experience was I've been in BNI for 13 years now. Okay. I came into BNI with 15 years experience in my business as a business owner.
All right.
And I felt that I had a few things figured out.
Okay.
All right. I'm like,
I got this
I've been
figured
in
out.
business 15 years. I
I'm
think
doing something right.
I'm doing something right. I think I know what I'm doing. But over the years in BNI, I've learned so much. I sometimes equate it to perhaps a college education in business and marketing.
Yes.
I
would see that. I can see that.
Yeah. And so all the training that we offer in BNI, so start with your weekly networking education. It's education.
Correct.
It's training.
I would agree.
And how about member success program? So not only for new members, but we encourage all members to repeat member success program once a year. Hey, I used to show up every time. And it wasn't just because I was gung-ho, and I was gung-ho, but it was because I knew I could make connections. But over the course of time, showing up to member success program to make connections, I learned the material so well that they started asking me to teach it.
Oh, nice. Okay, so now you're getting in front of more people.
And what happens with it when you're teaching something? You learn.
You're the best student there.
Yeah. If you want to learn something, start teaching it. Yeah. So member success program, BNI University. BNI University's got a world of
information.
Podcasts, videos, webinars, courses. The courses are world class and interactive.
Yeah.
So we want to take advantage of all those education opportunities as well. So it's sort of we're kind of bundling all that up to explain how BNI is like basic training for your business.
Correct. It educates you on how to market yourself, how to hold conversations. The 60-second presentation that we give on a weekly basis. We could do an entire podcast on how that breaks down. Who you are, what business you work with, what you perform or offer. I can't stand the word do. Like
what do you do?
So what do you do? Well, we do copiers, we do bumper stickers, we do glass. I can't. Funny story, and I've probably shared this already. But when I was selling copiers 15 years ago for Don Ball, I walked into a business, And I was a little nervous because I was still young. And the gentleman said, can I help you? And I told him who I was in the company. And he said, well, what do you do? And I said, we do copiers. That was it. That's what I had.
We do copiers.
And he said, what do you mean you do? You fix them, you sell them, you paint them. What do you do mean? I was like, okay. And I forever have tried to strike that word from my vocabulary because just, you can perform, right? You can perform, you can deliver, you can educate, you can sanitize, you can remove.
Yeah.
That's a medical conversation. So that's
or a beekeeping conversation.
Yes, you've been busy lately, haven't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you just do a job where you removed bees from a chimney with my buddy Timmy?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That was fabulous. He got stung.
Are you serious? We can laugh about it now. We're all right.
We can laugh about it because his ear didn't swell up and pop off.
He got stung in the ear.
He got stung in the ear. He sure did. But yeah, so Timmy is an expert with chimneys, and
correct.
And so these bees were in the chimney, and he removed the bricks.
Okay.
And exposed the hive. And I got in and removed the hive and removed the bees, and he closed everything back up and sealed everything so the bees can't come back in. And so that's how we partnered on this service that we provided to the homeowner.
Got it. Yeah. As you remove bees, it's got to be patched back up again to make sure they don't return.
Yeah, yeah. So the only way to get to those bees was to, first of all, we had to remove the bricks, which were exterior chimney, which I'm like, dude, I ain't touching that. Let me get an expert in here, And I called Timmy. He come out.
Was he afraid to remove, knowing that there's bees behind the brick?
No. So I provided him with protection.
Okay.
So the protective gear, he wore the protective gear while he was doing his part.
Yes.
And once he got the bricks removed and exposed the bees, I was able to get them out.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a great partnership.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, so if we have bees in the house or bees on the property that we don't want,
go to brassybees.com.
Brassybees.com.
Yep.
BRASSY bees.com.
Yep.
Very cool. So we're talking about basic training, and what you do within the meeting is an indicator of what you do outside the meeting. Ask some question for you. What can we do outside the meeting to prove our worth in this basic training mindset to our members outside the meeting?
Communicate.
Okay.
Yeah. So think about it like this. If the only time I ever talk to you is at our weekly meeting,
right,
then your mind is going to compartmentalize me to that weekly meeting.
That's a good point. Valid.
But if I sometimes call you, okay. Now here's a little trick, a life hack. I don't know if you like life hacks.
I love them.
So a lot of us have reason to be on the road, okay, going from appointment to appointment, job to job, whatever we're doing in our business. Some people don't have that in their daily, but I do.
Right.
If I'm going from meeting to meeting or job to job. Right before you put your car in drive to the next appointment,
right,
dial up one of your BNI business partners.
Okay. Why?
So that when they answer, you put it in drive.
Right.
You're driving hands-free and safely and all of that. Now you can have a power conversation, just checking in or following up, whatever. Okay.
Windshield time
With your BNI business partners. And I like to target 7 minutes.
Okay.
Because, first of all, I don't know what you were doing when I called.
Sure.
Now, I always like to open a conversation with, is this a bad time? Or is this a good time? That works too. Okay. But then, let's chit chat, find out what's going on. First, has there been anything that we need to follow up on?
Right.
Follow up on it. If not, then let's build. Okay. Let's build toward the future. Hey, what are you working on? Tell me about a project that you're doing. Are you quoting any business for any new prospects? Who are they?
Yeah,
how could I help? Do you need any contacts? What about if I find an article? I can share an article. What if there's a video? Maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's LinkedIn, maybe whatever else you're on, if you're on social, but find ways outside of your weekly meeting, short burst
right,
communication with your fellow members. this will elevate you in their mind. You know, top of mind is part of what we do.
Oh, huge. Yeah.
So you stay top of mind. It's incredible. I had a referral opportunity came up. So it starts like this. I had a one-to-one with a member that morning.
Okay.
That afternoon, I'm meeting with a prospect.
Mm-hmm.
And that prospect needed the services of the member
That's nice.
that I had to one-to-one with that morning.
That's nice. Very good.
Yeah, top of mind. So always making those touches.
Yeah, I think that's important.
What else did you have for outside the meeting?
You know, you're talking about small touches outside the typical, outside the meeting. Episode 26, we were talking about one-to-ones, but if you're doing one a week and you've got 26 people in your chapter, you're only meeting with them twice a year. Mm-hmm. It's not enough. So I love your little small snippets. What about on Facebook? I've done this with some friends of mine where people look for recommendations on Facebook, looking for a blank, or I'm discussing this, or tag your friends in it. Tag your and if you can't tag them because sometimes they're in a group that your business partner is not a member of, take a screenshot of it and send it to them and say, hey, I'm part of this group. And this is what they're looking for. Do you want me to put an introduction together for you?
So you're bringing your members into your world, whether it's
correct.
Digital or otherwise,
correct.
as well. So this just tightens the bond.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
so that's
more
stuff.
contacts.
That's
Absolutely.
good stuff. Basic training.
I like it.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Andy. I appreciate all the insight you bring to the table physically. This table.
Got me
Thanks again, Darren, for putting the production together with Front Porch Media. Thank you, Mike Fuller and Robert, for allowing us to use your conference room again. This has been a fantastic episode involving basic training, as Andy likes to call basic training.
A course in personal and professional development cleverly disguised as a business meeting.
Good night, everyone.